First off, my name is Lynette Rogers. So kind of put all that together and formed Builders Care Foundation, and one of those first programs is Hammers for Veterans. So I've been the chair since its existence, and so every project and every veteran I have met personally and gone to their house, met with their family, and understand their story. So that basically we vet the vet. So we use Veterans Count as well to vet our vets, so they know that through the VA that they have been, they are disabled and they legitimately cannot afford these services on their home. So, I mean, obviously we want to help a lot of people, but we only raise so much funds, so we want to help those who are really in need. So again, some of those projects you see, there are about 25 projects total we've done to date, ranging from roof repairs or roof replacements, windows, ramps, bathroom remodels. One was even a veteran was deployed and his wife and young child were at home. The front door basically was leaking, and it basically caused the tile to dissipate and fall down. So as you walk in the front door, you fall right into the ground. So having a young 1-year-old child, he's away. We took care of his wife and child while he was gone, so he didn't have to worry about his family. So that's just one particular story. Also, a pregnant veteran herself was was home. Her got red tagged for her Eastern propane because it was leaking and had no hot water. She had a toddler and was 9 months pregnant. What do you do? So they can't afford it. They're doing this stuff. Call Eastern Propane, work out a deal, call a plumber, go out there and fix it, and we were able to get her back to heat because she was, again, ready to have a baby and taking care of a toddler is not easy, especially when you don't have water and hot water to boot. So another small story from there. One project that we're currently working on is actually in Manchester that we're raising funds for. We already replaced his roof. So if you look at these kind of tiles up here, everything is like leaking. You can't fix the base if you don't fix the top, right? So we ended up fixing the roof this winter and was able to get that secured. But he basically has a walker. That's the only way he can get around. And trying to get through. They have one bathroom, which is like a 5x8. So you can imagine with a walker, 5x8 to move around, and has to walk into a tub. So what we're doing is trying to get him put him in a hotel for a couple days, him and his wife, and organize it so I can get all the trays in at one time. So that basically we can do it within, a few days. Obviously it's not a big space, but with not a big space, you can't have a lot of people to work in that space at the same time either. So that's what we're raising some funds for that. That one, I actually talked about it at our golf tournament, which was raising funds for this as well. And we got some money donated for that. So it's about $20,000 for this bathroom remodel and doing that because we're going to take out a window, replace the outside so that they can make that wall and push it so it can be a walk-in and make it easier for them. And I got the actual plumbing supplies donated from FW Web, so they're going to donate materials. So that's how I do. I talk about different stuff. People will go here. That way we can raise more money. So if there's money left over, it'll go to the next project. Things like that. So those are just some of the examples of some of the things that we've done and what we're working on. And I don't know from your side if you guys raise it just for Salem area or if it's for New Hampshire or etc. I don't know how that works on your end. But if there's a veteran in your area that you're aware of that we can always look at and go from there as well.
So to answer your question, it's not just Salem, it's a greater Salem area.
Okay.
And we do have some flexibility in terms of how far we can go. And obviously we prefer to keep it a little more local, but if it's a great cause and it's Manchester or the Seacoast or wherever,
right.
We're willing to support it. In terms, so you have the foundation, and then you have the actual that does work. Does the foundation, has that been just raising money consistently so that you have a nest egg for these projects, or is it
typically, we try to. So like at the home show, a lot of times like in the years past, obviously before COVID happened, we had a lot more things and flexibility with ability what you can do. We raffled off like a Pullman car that looked like a camper, but looked like a Pullman car. And I got that got donated, so then I sold tickets for it, so $100, you know, and I sold only so many. So we raised $15,000 just off of that for, you know, from there. Which the thing didn't cost us anything, so that was perfect money. We did a yard sale, so again, like I was telling you, some of the lumber yards have excess materials or different things. They donated stuff, and we kind of got the community involved and said, hey, do you want community yard sale? And all the proceeds went to it. So we did like try to do one big thing every year, and then obviously little things people will donate, you know, from Barron's major brands just donated cash each year, you know, things like that. Or we have sponsors, so we'll have a sponsor for Hammers for Veterans, and each year, so like we have fun names, you know, like a framing sponsor and a, you know, a whole house kind of sponsor, stuff like that. Then we'll raise it for overall projects, so it can be divvied out to different places.
How do you find your vets? Do you have a referral network in place? Do you work with other organizations?
Yeah, Easter Seals, a lot of them have done that too. So they've sent people, because they reach out to them. A lot of times that's how it goes, and they'll come to us. Or they reach out to the Home Builders Association, because they've known us from now on, talking about it. We've gone on air, so we've gone on Jack Heath's today, you know, Good Morning Today, or whatever I think this thing's called. He keeps changing it because he changed different groups. So we let people know that we're doing it. We try not to like promote too much of it, because we really can't do that many. We could probably do 4 projects a year, and we try to get it around $5,000 per project, so we can spread it out. Depending on how much we raise, it will depend on how many projects we can do and how involved we can get. That's why I try to get as much donated as possible.
And how close are you to the $20,000 for the project you're currently working on?
We have about $10,000 left for that particular project.
$10,000 left to raise?
Yes. Yep.
I will say, having looked at your book, that you do a good job of getting things donated.
Yes.
And
That's why I talk all the time.
you're my kind of gal in that department. Yeah. I start at 0. It costs the club nothing, and then squeak up from there.
Yep.
Yeah. So nice. I was glad to see that in the book.
Thank you. Yeah, there's one in particular that we did in Hudson. So he's actually quadriplegic. He got shot in the neck. 23 years old. So has a long way to go. His parents had a split level house. So this was a combination with a lot of other groups and organizations helping out, obviously, because you can imagine the amount of funds. So they did a whole addition onto the house. And then I had James Hardy, donate all the siding so we can make the house look like one, so it didn't look like 2 houses. And I reached out to all my competitors and asked them to do a donation day, you know, basically volunteer day, strip the house and then side and do different stuff, and whatever was left, my company did it, and we donated the time and to do it. So that way we were able to, you know, it's obviously a good write-off for my company, it feels good, but we were able to make it happen, and we knew it was done right. So that was another good reason, and got a lot of other people involved. So sometimes there's volunteer days that we can do stuff. So one of them in there also was in Auburn. He found that he had stage 4 lung cancer, and he couldn't get, his insurance was canceled on his house because he bought the house thinking he can do the work on it and repair different stuff. Had no entrances there. They were like, stuff was falling off, needed to be painted. So again, we did a volunteer day. People stripped off stuff. People can paint. Most people can, like, you know, grab a paintbrush and be involved. So then we did a volunteer day with that, with Easter Seals, and got a lot of work done. The people who couldn't do it, I hired, you know, actually out of Atkinson, Lewis Builders helped put in the footings and do the decks and the ramps and stuff for outside. So that was helpful. So again, it's like just knowing, and like it takes time to do some of these projects, because I try to get as much done for as little as possible and pull from as many people so that we can help more people. So we don't keep any money. So all the marketing stuff, that's why it's kind of here. I pay for it all, so with my person who does all my marketing, I just have her do it. She does it and helps me. The only thing it does is we pay like insurance for people who are on the job, so we also have volunteer stuff, so we pay it for not directors and officers, but kind of like that to cover anybody who's on a job at a house in case they don't have insurance through their own company. And then all the office up at the Home Builders Association, we use the staff there, and we just have to pay a little bit amount of money for that and taxes. But other than that, everything goes directly to the veterans.
Is Hammers for Veterans a 501c3?
It is.
It is, okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? All right, well, thank you very much, really.
Thank
good.
Yep.